So I think all
Correct.
of you, oh, hello, yeah. I think all of you have been through before and after, haven't you, this section? Yeah?
Yeah.
I live for coffee, are you with us? Yeah, cool, okay. So I'm just gonna zip through this really, really quickly, and then I'm gonna throw in some random questions, and then you'll be thinking, oh crap, what is that again? So-
Will that be yes, no questions?
There will be yes, no questions,
Okay.
or at least there'll be yes, no answers if you get it right or wrong. So when we want to give time reference with regards to a certain event, just turn the pointer, we put, if this event is a verb, then we put the verb, for before using mae ni, we put the verb in the plain present tense. This means iku, ao, taberu, suru, etc. And then the primary verb will determine the tense of the actual of the entire sentence. For example, iku mae ni door o shimemashou. So before we go, let's close the door. Even if this was in the past tense, if you wanted to say, I closed the door before going, this would still be iku mae ni door o shimemashita. So the tense of the event is actually described by this verb here. If this happens to be a noun, like an event, like a birthday, explosion, etc., then it's the noun not mae ni. We use no. But please don't use no when this is a verb, okay? For example, shokuji no mae ni te o arai nasai. So before a meal, please wash your hands. For after the event, we either use ato ni or ato de. Again, if this is a verb, then the reference event needs to be in the plain past tense, even if this is happening in the future. It's the primary verb which tells you if this is happening in the past, present, or future. So for example, tabeta ato de terebi o miru no ga suki desu. So after, excuse me, after eating, I like watching television. And similar to mae ni, if this happens to be a noun, it's noun not ato de, and then the primary verb. For example, ryoko no ato de shigoto ni modorenaku nareba narimasen. So after travel, I need to go back to work. The difference between ato de and ato de is any time after the event, this green one here. Ato ni is just after. So ato de is used to describe, to give emphasis, if you use it, that A happens before or after B. Okay, so you use it to say, no, this happened before this, or this happened after this. Ato ni is used to describe immediacy. Everybody good? Cool. As well as ato de, ta ato de, we can use something called te kara. Both of these mean after doing a certain verb, but te kara gives some necessity of the first verb happening before the second verb can take place. So it links these two together. Oh, it's Joseph. Let me just reform my windows. It basically says that the second one is dependent on the first one, not simply one happened after the other one. Hi, Joseph. So for example, we do this in English by using this word once. Now, of course, in English, once means one time, but it also means you must do this for this to happen. Okay? You should eat once you have washed your hands. So when the washing of hands has been completed, then you should eat. So for example, te o aratte kara. So te o arao means to wash your hands. Into the tefum, te o aratte, and then kara. We can think of kara as meaning from. So from the point of washing your hands, then you should eat. Like atoni, there is also a feeling you can give some emphasis with te kara, that there's some immediacy of the first event happening and then the second event happening pretty soon afterwards. As I said before, ta ato de emphasizes the order in which two events take place. Let's go through that. Right, let's just have a look at the summary then, because these kind of fall in the same categories. So for mae ni, we basically only have this one. So using suru as our reference verb, suru mae ni, verb 2. For just after, we can use shite kara, which also indicates the necessity of the first verb. of the reference verb, and we can use shita ato ni, becomes efi, to emphasize the moment of finishing. And then shita ato de, efi can be any time after the event, but we can use it to emphasize that B happens after A or A happens after B. Any questions, guys? Got that, Effie? All done? Excellent.
I didn't forget.
Good. Any questions, guys? Question. What about something happening during the event? What's the time reference for this? If it's a verb, for example.
Toki.
Yep, we can use toki.
Present continuous.
Yep. But if we put the verb into the present continuous tense, then as Constantina said, you could use toki. So for example, let's just quickly do this now on another sheet. So tabete iru toki, let's say tegami ga todokimashita. So when I was eating, a letter arrived. So this is fine. So toki is normally used as a kind of, it's like pointing a finger and saying when. But if I want to say during, if I want to emphasize during, so nagara we can use, but this is only when the two subjects are the same, aren't they?
Dojini?
There we go. There it was. Aida ni. So this means during doing something. Tegami ga todokimashita. So this basically says there's this so some sort of task taking place. There's some task taking place in this, and the time is moving in this direction. At some point during this task, something happened. So here's the beginning of the task. Here's the end of the task. During this task, something happened. We use the te iru, the present continuous tense, plus aida ni. Good. Right, let's go back to there. Right, let's do some exercises actually. Just a second. Timing revision. So I know that most of you have done these already, but it's good practice though, all the same.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom, would you like to start? I'm going to give you little assignments actually first, while I go and make a cup of coffee. Tom, how many of us? 1, 2, 3, 5 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, ample. Right, Tom, can you do world trip and please don't say anything to Dave. Constantina, can you do shoes off and hasokamai? Luke, can you do tickets and library? Joseph, dinner and stealing a badger. And Effie, starting the engine and mustn't talk to Gerald, or Geralt, as we should now be pronouncing this. Yeah.
Geralt of Rivia?
Yes. Don't talk to Geralt until he has killed the wyvern. Yeah. Right. Does anybody want a coffee while I'm in the kitchen? Yeah. How'd you like it?
Do you have some cake?
Dar.
Do you know what? It's a really rare event, but at the moment I have no cake in this house. I'm recording. Tom, so you did this one here, didn't you?
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
Sotsugyo
Sotsugyo.
no daigaku.
Other way around.
Always the biggest part first. Daigaku no sotsugyo
大学の卒業
の後で
の後で、
世界旅行に
世界旅行に
行きました。
Perfect. Well done. Good. Excellent. And what was your second one? It was Dave and, and Martin, wasn't it?
Please don't say, yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on the nuance, I had two versions, but I think it's Martin Tsuitekara
Martin がついてから
Dave さんに
デーブさんに、
何でも
so normally this is 何も
何も言わないでください。
言わないでください。Okay, so this means when Dave has arrived,
You can tell him.
no, it says don't say anything after Dave has arrived. But this should be until, please don't say anything until Martin arrives.
Yeah, but I thought Tsuitekara implied that Martin first have to arrive.
Yeah,
now I
but-
understand.
Yeah, but you then say don't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I would just change the Iwanai. But then I say that you have to tell him this, so that's also not good.
Yeah, well, it then says, please say something when Dave arrives. Sorry, when Martin arrives. But it's not saying please say something. It's saying please don't say anything. Please say nothing until something happens. So if you're waiting for something to happen, it's that duration before. In that duration, you're saying don't say anything.
Yeah, so then I don't need the stakar, but then I need to know the maini.
Yes, exactly. So how would you put it in here?
Made?
You can use made, but let's use maini first. Go ahead, Tom.
So Martin Gatsuku.
Yep.
Maini.
Yes. Exactly.
Then
Dave
drop the
Sandy.
kara.
Yeah, this is the rest of it's great. That's it. Like you said, Luke. So Luke, how would you use made in this?
Martin got te made,
So this would be skumade. Skumade.
made.
And then the rest of it is the same.
There's same.
Yeah.
Says
Exactly, yeah. So up to the point of Martin arriving, don't say anything to Dave. Cool, okay, good. Konstalinka. Iaido Fulstan.
Eh?
Iaido Fulstan. I'm going to call you Iaido Fulstan now to remind you.
Okay.
Iaido. Yeah.
Peer pressure. Okay.
Yeah.
No pressure.
under pressure.
Emotional damage. Λοιπόν, take your shoes off before stepping. No, dojo ni, I did it with two ways. I don't know what's the correct one. Dojo ni fumikomu mae ni kutsu o nuide kudasai.
Kutsu o nuide kudasai. Good. And what was the other way you did?
Fumikonde kara.
I know where you're going with this. So, guys, I guess I remember somebody doing exactly the same mistake first time we went around this. We've got to be careful to not end up saying A is verboten and confusing that with B is compulsory. So if there's A and there's B, just because A is verboten doesn't mean B is compulsory. And because B is compulsory doesn't mean A is verboten. So this is the case. If you say kutsu o nuide kara fumikonde kudasai, this means after you've taken your shoes off, please step into the dojo. But this is not the same as saying, please take your shoes off before you step into the dojo. They're not, the meaning of these two sentences is not the same. Mathematically, they even feel similar, but they're not exactly the same. Yeah.
Because I use it as a necessity of the first verb before the second verb. I didn't know which of the two is more appropriate. That's why I tried to use kara.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not particularly a language problem. It's more a problem of logic that you got to emphasize the thing which is the compulsory part of the sentence,
Okay.
and then so that has to be highlighted. You can't say that both parts are compulsory. Yeah, this is saying once you've taken your shoes off, you can step into the dojo at any time. So in that case, you could say kutsu o nuide kara dojo ni fumikonde mo ii desu. This is how you would have done this, the correct of doing this. Yeah. So you're saying it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But also, what this sentence says is, but you don't have to enter the dojo. Once you've taken your shoes off, you can do what you like. You can eat donuts on the doorstep if you want to. But yeah, which is what that's what this sentence implies, that the thing which is compulsory is taking your shoes off. After that, come into the dojo, don't come into the dojo, it's your choice. Yeah. Okay, and then you had the Hasokumai one, didn't you?
Andy,
Yeah, go ahead.
can I be annoying?
Sure.
I mean, the dojo nifumi, huh? What is it? Domo ii desu. It doesn't really forces you to take off your shoes. It's just like, I mean, for me, it doesn't feel like the same as the English sentence.
Right. So what all this is doing is it's not. So this is really clearly giving an order, isn't it? Take your shoes off before stepping into the dojo. Yeah. This is a statement implying a similar thing, which is once you have taken your shoes off, then you can step into the dojo. But you're right, it's not actually giving an order. It's just explaining the rules about stepping into the dojo. Yeah.
You haven't written the mai ni, fumiko mai ni.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Right, yeah. Mai ni. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Cool. Right, Constantine, once you've assumed Hasokumai, please step back with your left foot.
I didn't even know how to write this, okay. Hasokamai ni. And because I don't know what to use for assume, I said to become. Natta ato ni. So naru is exactly the verb you use for this. Okay. Yeah. I was between this and siru. Anyway. Otsiburi o shinagara hidari ashi shirizoite kudasai.
Hidari ashi de shirizoite kudasai. Yeah, you should have more confidence. You should have more confidence in yourself, Constantine.
Why?
Well, this is fine. This is exactly. Yeah. The only thing I would have advised is making this into natte kara. Because we've got this word in here once you have assumed Hasokumai.
Like from that point onward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It basically means this is necessary first, assuming Hasokumai, and then you step back with the left foot. Yeah. Yeah, good. Luke, once we have bought our tickets, we should find a seat quickly.
As usual, I'm having a lot of trouble. So there's so probably the same as with Constantino. I wrote down first kippo o katta ato ni.
Yep.
But then with what you just said to Constantino, it should be katte kara.
Yeah, this actually, I'm fine with both of these.
Ato ni hayaku seki o, and then find. I didn't know what verb to.
You couldn't find.
Well, my battery of my phone is dead, so I can't use edict.
Who can help?
Mitsukeru.
Mitsukeru. Good. Mitsukeru. This is the verb.
Mitsukemasu.
Yes. This is actually saying we should. This is using a form that you like to use this one, don't you?
Keru is group 2, yes.
Yeah.
Ke nakereba narimasen.
That means we must find a seat quickly, which is kind of similar to this. That's not a bad option. But there's remember, there's a slightly better way of saying we should do something. It would be better if we did X.
Ho mitsukeru.
Usually we can use mitsukeru, but mitsuketa is more usual.
Mitsuketa hou ga ii desu.
Yes, good. Yes, good. If you use, for example, in this one, if you said kippu o katte kara, this is fine as well, because katte kara is used to signify immediacy. You know, we have to do it quickly once we've bought them. We should go and buy them. Just be aware that this also says, it also has kind of got a meaning, which is we have to buy tickets first before we find our seats quickly.
What?
It's just that it's not that this changes the meaning if we use it, but that's what we would also use. If we wanted to say we have to buy our tickets first, and then we have to find our seats quickly, then you definitely use kippu or katte kara. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Joseph. Oh, sorry, you got another one, haven't you, Luke?
No.
No. Yes, I think you got the library, haven't you? Yes. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, and then I have another problem. So Toshokan.
Yeah.
Toshokan ga tatteta atto de.
Yep. Tatteta atto de. Yep.
Taihen, and then popular. I have famous Yume, but popular.
Yeah, it's not Yume. Who can help? Everybody remember what Yume is? Sorry, what popular is?
Ninki.
Ninki. Good.
Yabai.
Ninki.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yabai is everything.
I remember from the cool video.
Yabai, did you say?
Yaba. Yaba.
Yaba. This would be kind of a bit weird using it here, especially if you used it.
Ninki is person power.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And how do we say it becomes Ninki?
Narima. Ninki, that's an E adjective?
No, it's obviously not an E, so it's a na adjective.
Ninki narimashita?
Ninki
ni narimashita.
narimashita. Yes, good. Guys, I've got a question. Can I have your attention a second? I just very flippantly said to Luke, well, it's definitely not an E adjective, Ninki. Why is Ninki definitely not an E adjective?
Because it only has one I.
Right. Yeah. If you were a really kind of quick check is if you took away that E, that final E, you'd be left
you
with.
You can't write it in katakana.
Exactly. You end up with nink. Yeah,
Nink.
Exactly this. Yeah. Good. Okay. That's useful.
Dinner.
Dinner?
Yeah. After I finish dinner.
Ah, sorry, right. Yes, yeah. Joseph, go ahead. Yeah, good.
晩ご飯の終わった後、お皿を洗った方がいい。
終わった後、what? 後で、後に。
で。
後で、good. お皿を
洗った方がいい。
洗ったね。洗った。
洗った。
はい。ですね。Good. And I think I will steal the badger after Mike leaves and not before.
マイクは出発した後で、タヌキを盗みと思います。
いや、盗むと思います。Good. Yeah, excellent. Good. はい、どうぞ。
Can you also say in the previous sense of Bangohan no ato de?
Yes, you can absolutely. Yeah, it's an event as well, so you can definitely do that. Yeah. So as I've been led to believe now, Tanuki is actually a raccoon dog, whereas a badger is an anaguma,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
which means a whole bear. I don't know.
Basically.
Yeah. Cool. And Effie, engines and brakes and feet.
Eurasian badger, Meles meles. Yeah, Anaguma.
Yeah.
So, I will read it first. So, ashio bereki ni, I didn't know the word.
Okay, so let me just help here because there's some specific terms for putting the foot on the brake. So in Japanese, to apply the brakes, you say bureki o kakeru. Whether or not it's foot brake, hand brake, button brake, it's always bureki o kakeru.
So,
And engine starting is engine o. Do you know what this is, Effie?
I just did hajimaru.
It's actually mawasu to turn it. Yeah.
Technical terms.
I know, isn't it?
So, I should change it then. So, bureki o kake. So I did that with kara. So kakete kara.
Good, exactly. Yeah.
So kakete kara, and then it's well, engine o mawasareru. Is it with engine o? Engine wo? Ne? You wrote it like that, no?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to finish the verb so I know which one, what particles put in there.
Mawasareru, mawasaremasu.
Are you doing the potential of?
Yes.
So how do you turn mawasu into the potential? See, guys, this is what I mean about having to go back to basics.
Mawaseru.
Mawaseru. Yes.
Mawasemasu.
Yeah, mawasemasu, which means that this particle here is
Ga.
ga. Excellent. Yes, good. Well done. Cool. And you get the Geralt one.
I get the girl the review.
Yeah. Yes.
So again, let's see. Party ni kita ato ni Geraldo ni hanashi nakereba naranai.
Don't know which example you were reading, but this is the question. As soon as I slay the wyvern, I must talk to Geralt. Sorry.
Wyvern ga kita.
Yeah. Kita. Good. Atoni.
Geraldo ni hanashi nakereba naranai.
Good. Geralt to hanashi nakereba. Nakereba. Naranai. Good. Excellent. Okay. Not too hard, was it, guys? Any questions about time? Luke, go ahead.
Wyvern.
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 Yeah, or wyvern, depending on which country you come from, I guess. It's a dragon with only 2 legs, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do they live?
They live in Wales,
Ah, okay.
in the country of Wales, not inside the animals that swim in the sea.
Okay. But it's possible because yeah, whales are known to eat people, so they might just eat dragons as well.
Or maybe wyverns live inside them. Right. Let's just quickly do these two as well, guys. While I was watching television, my younger sister was knitting some socks. Okay. What's the first part of the sentence going to be?
Terebi.
Unmute yourselves, guys. This is a group effort.
Maybe only nagara.
Did you say you're minagara?
Oh,
Wow, that was working.
Not the same subject.
Not the same subject. Good. Yes.
So we should use Aidani, maybe?
Yeah, good. So terebi or
Miru aida.
not miru aida.
Mite
Mite iru aida.
Miru aida.
And ni, yeah.
I remember the immortal for Imoto.
Good, well done. See, all this stupid stuff helps to remember. Good. Imoto ka kutsushita or
Knitting.
Knitting.
yeah, I don't know what this is either. Probably something like nuru. Is it nuru? I think. Let's have a look. Knit.
Amu.
Ah,
To knit, to plait, to braid.
amu. Right. Cool.
To knit one's eyebrows.
Amu. Right.
So,
So, dozo.
ande,
So one more time, Tom.
ande.
Good. And
Ande master.
imashita. Well done. Good. Well done. And while I study, my husband cooks dinner. So this ande is coming from amu. This is the verb amu, to knit. Okay, next one. While I study, my husband cooks dinner.
Benkyo shuru aida ni.
Not suru.
Benkyo.
Shiteiru.
Star.
Shiteiru. Right.
Stay.
I'm studying. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Danse? Nee, Hans.
Photo. With the husband.
Oh, yep, good.
Ga.
Bangohan.
O.
Yori.
Stay.
Yep. Shiteimasu or shimasu. Doesn't really matter too much. Good. Okay. You can use a verb, for example, taberu aida ni. Let me just go to this right second. While I was studying, while I'm studying, while I study. There's I need to come back to you on this. Why there are times when there's a difference between tabete iru aida ni and taberu aida ni, and I need to be sure what I'm telling you is correct. So I'll come back and tell you what this is. But I think this means let's get this right. I think it means, for example, this is the duration during which I was studying. This is the beginning, and this is the end. And then if I say tabete iru aida ni, it means that something happens, or something was happening, or something is going to happen within that duration. If I use taberu aida ni, I think, and like I say, I'll come back to you on this. I think this means that something starts and may continue on after you finish. But I'll need to come back and confirm it with you. We will return to that at a later date.
While I was
More like
eating, a fire started.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Taberu aida ni. Yeah. And you never really, it probably didn't finish until while you were still eating, right?
And while I was eating, I was drooling. That's the other one.
Right. Yeah.
Not that you stop drooling after eating.
No, it also doesn't finish.
I never stopped drooling. It's my raison d'etre. Right. Okay. You guys can't see this, can you? Because only I can see it. Just a second.
We only have eyes for you, Andy.
Oh,
Oh, you're gone.
oh, you're right. Ta-da! Oh, shite. Right. Drill training. 30 push-ups on your knuckles with claps in between each one.
Did you say
Isn't it?
drool training?
Yeah.
Drool training.
Drool training, yes. Everybody grab a cup and drool, please. Right. For the ones that I pick, you have to make the affirmative present, the negative present. Affirmative past, negative past, adverb. It will become more. So this is simply putting the adverb with narimasu. The ba conditional, the tala conditional, looks like, sounds like. When it's too much, do you remember how to do this? CFE. Sugiru, good.
Giru.
Yeah. And then the adjective that follows it, I'd like you to join these two together. So it is A and B together. So this is doing what? What do you do to the A adjective?
Form.
One more time.
Te.
I heard te,
Yeah, and then I said that te. Yeah.
right? So with an E adjective, how do you make it into the te form?
Kute.
Kute, good, yes. And then the degree of adjective, do you remember how to do this? Remove the E, add sa. Atsusa, the degree of hotness.
Takasa.
Takasa, exactly, yes. So, Tom, let's do hot, number 1, and big as your B adjective when you come to it.
So first one is atsui, atsukunai,
Yeah.
atsukata, atsukunakata, atsuku, atsukunamimasu, atsukunakereba,
Atsukereba.
atsukereba,
Yeah.
atsukatara,
Good.
atsu so desu,
Good. Good.
atsui so desu,
Good.
atsui sugimasu,
That says atsu sugimasu. Atsu sugimasu.
sugimasu, drop
Yeah.
the atsukute, oki desu,
Good.
and then I said the degree, atsusa.
Perfect. Well done. Good. Constantina, how about deep and delicious? Oh, it sounds like me.
That's so weird. Then,
It's
okay,
deep and delicious.
fukai.
Yep.
Okay, fukai desu, fukunai.
Not fukunai.
That's fukai, fukakunai.
Good. Yeah.
I need to read it correctly. Fukakata.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Fukakunakata.
Yep.
Fukaku.
Good.
Fukai narimasu.
Not fukai narimasu, but we use the adverb form.
Fukaku narimasu.
Good. Yeah.
Fukasugi.
Yeah, that's down at number 11 though. So next one is the back conditional.
No. Oh, why it doesn't? Okay. Fukakereba.
Good.
Fukai, fukatara.
Fukakattara, ne?
Fukakatara.
Yeah.
Fukaso desu.
Good.
Fukasaso desu.
Fukai so desu.
Fukai so desu.
Yeah.
Oh, this is not. This is the sugi. Huh?
Good.
Fukai, fukaso sugi.
Good. Fukasugimasu, yeah.
What I needed to say,
It was
fukate,
not fukatte, but
fukai.
Yeah.
Need to do it with te and oishi.
yeah, but it's not just with te, it's kute.
Yes, kute. Oh
Yeah.
my god. No, bravo. Fukakute oishi.
Good.
I need to put the des at the end for that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, des. And degree, Fukasa.
Fukasa. Good. Yeah, well done. Good. Luke, let's do good and cheap as your B adjective. Excuse me a second.
E. So ikunai.
Not ikunai.
Inai.
It's a trap. What's the E? If you change it to anything, it changes immediately into
Nai.
no. That's iru.
Inai.
No. E and yoi
Yoi.
are the same thing.
So the present positive is E.
Good. Yeah.
Negative yonai.
Yokunai. Yokunai.
Yokunai.
Yeah.
Yokatta.
Good.
Yokunakatta.
Good.
Yoku.
Good. Yep.
Yoku. Yoku. Narimasu.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yoku narimasu. Yoku kereba.
Not yoku kereba.
Yokakereba.
No. We just need to remove the E and put kereba at the end.
Yokereba.
Yokereba. Yes.
Yokereba. Yottara.
No. So again, what's the past tense of yoi? So
yotta.
Yokatta.
Yokatta.
And then we just put the ra on the end. Yokatta.
Yokattara.
Yokattara. Good.
Yosoi.
Yosou desu. Yeah.
Yosou desu. And it sounds like
we now put the entire adjective there and just put so desu afterwards.
Yoisou.
Yoisou desu. Yeah.
Yoisou desu.
Yeah.
No. Then too good.
So same rules before. Remove the E and just put sugimasu after it.
Yosugimasu.
Yeah, good.
Yosugimasu. Yoide.
No, just make the kute form.
Yoku.
Yokute.
Yokute.
Yeah.
And what was the second one? Yasui.
Yes. Des.
Yoi. Yoisa.
So again, we have to yosa again. Remove
Yosa.
the E. Yeah, remove the E. Good. Okay. Joseph, let's do enjoyable and spicy.
楽しい。
Yep.
楽しくない。
Good.
楽しかった。
Yeah.
楽しくなかった。
Good.
What was that verb?
To do it enjoyably.
楽しく。
楽しく。Good.
楽しくなります。
Good.
楽しかば
Kaba. That means an enjoyable hippopotamus.
楽しけば
Kereba. Kereba.
楽しければ楽しかったら
Good.
楽しそう
Good. Yeah.
楽しくそ
Just make the whole E adjective for sounds like with
う
so des.
そう
Yeah, exactly. Tanoshi so des.
楽しそう
Yeah.
楽しすぎる
Good.
楽しく辛い
Good. Tanoshikute karai desu ne.
楽しくて辛い
Good.
はい楽しさ
Very good. Excellent. And Effie? Lukewarm and short as your B adjective. Lukewarm and short.
Nurui.
Nurui. Yes.
Nurui. And short is chisa?
Michikai. Michikai.
Michikai.
Yeah.
Where am I? Yes. Nurui.
Yep. Sorry.
Don't stop. Nurui.
Yeah, you're looking sort of shocked, Costa.
No, I'm just stuck. No, it's me. It's me.
Ah.
Nurui. Nuru kunai.
Good.
Nuru katta.
Yeah.
Nuru kunakatta.
Good.
Nuruku.
Yep.
Nuruku narimasu.
Yep.
Nuru kereba. Nuru kattara.
Good.
Nuru so desu.
Yep. Good.
Nurui so desu.
Good.
Nuru sugimasu.
Yep.
And what was it? Michikai, yeah?
Yeah, michikai, yeah.
Nurukute michikai. Mijikakute.
Michikai desu ne?
Yeah. And then nurusa.
Nurusa. Excellent. Good. Okay. Tom, how would you say this curry is spicy but not delicious?
Kono curry wa spicy was kurai?
Karai.
Karai. So kono curry wa karai ga. It was not.
It is not delicious.
Ochikunai desu.
Very good. Excellent. Costa, how would you say cars will become more expensive, but I want to buy one?
Takai as expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot the sentence. Kuruma ga.
Yeah.
Takaku narimasu ga. Kaonakereba narimasen.
Okay, this means I have to buy one. How do you say I want to buy
I
one?
want to. Oh, Jesus Christ, superstar. Hoshi, with the Hoshi.
Yeah, you can say this. You can say kuruma ga hoshii desu, but this means I want a car, not I want to buy a car.
Why am I freaking out with the simplest things? I know it.
Not enough coffee, I expect.
Yeah, or just my brain is giving up on me. I want to buy. Yes, kawatai desu.
Okay, so
Cow, the verb.
let's start from one that you absolutely know. I want to go is what? I want to go.
Ikitai.
Ikitai. So what did you do with ikitai to make ikitai?
Ikimasu, ikitai.
Okay, so
Kao, kawaimasu.
no, you're doing something different now. So kao, how do you turn it into the mass form?
Kaimasu. No.
Kaimasu.
Kaitai.
Kaitai.
Oh, Jesus. Why I went with yes, I was trying to do the negative.
Yeah. Yeah, I've no idea. I don't even know why you call me Jesus. I mean, I know I've got a beard, but I'm far too old to be Jesus. He was dead by 33. Luke, how would you say this tunnel is too narrow? Let's go and find a wider one.
Narrow.
Yeah.
Thin is like sai.
It's a semi.
Semi.
Yeah.
And two was semi so.
Sugiru.
Semi sukiru.
But we've got to drop the e as well.
Sema sukiru.
Semasugiru.
Sugiru.
Yeah.
Sema. これは狭すぎるです。
Did you say karewa?
それ。
Oh, sorry.
Kore,
Let's
kore,
use
kore.
tunnel. So tunnel is easy. It's toneru, toneru. This tunnel is too narrow. So let's find a wider one.
This what? This
Tunnel.
tunnel.
Yeah.
Tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay. このタナル
Toneru.
トネル
Mhm.
は、狭すぎるです。から、広い
Yeah.
に and to find was
Not ni, but we're going to find it. So we need to mark it with
が
no. We are going to do something to it. We're going to find it.
広いで
No. Okay, let's do this. No.
together with
Let's do this again. Hang on.
oh
Right, but let's do this together. Hang on a second. This tunnel is too narrow. So let's go and find a wider one. Okay. So the first part you did, okay, Luke. So, このトネルは? And then what was too narrow, Luke?
狭すぎる
Sema.
Sugiru.
Sugiru is a verb. So sugimasu. You can just leave this as it is. Sugimasu. And then because?
から
Kara. Yeah.
もっと
Right. Motto.
広い
Hiroi.
お
Oh.
and then find was mitsukeru
Mitsuke.
masho.
Yes, good. Mitsukemasho. Okay, perfect. Good. Joseph, how about it's so dark in here that I can't see. Please turn on the light and it will become brighter. Shall I write this down? Just a second.
Sure.
Sorry, give me a second.
Oh.
It's so dark in here. I cannot see. Please turn on the light and it will become brighter.
ここはそんな黒い
Okay. Sonna. So if you're going to do, if you can use sonna, it should be sonna ni
そんなに
and then the e adjective.
黒い
Not kuroi, that's black.
あ
It sounds like kuroi. It's almost the same.
That's right, doesn't it?
Yeah. If you can lip read
Yeah.
kurai, exactly.
暗い
Yeah.
そんなにそんなに暗いですから
Mhm.
見えません
Miyamase. Good.
明るいに方が電気をつけてください。
It would be understood what you're saying just by the facts of which words you're using, but we need to put this in the right sentence. So, I mean, you can do this in the order in which it's written in English, to be honest.
電気をつけてください。
つけてください。
てください。 明るいになります。
明る, and then how do you say it will become bright?
なる with なる
Yep. So how do we affect 明るい though?
明るく。
明るくなります。
Yes, good. Okay. We can do this better though, can't we?
うん。電気をつけてください。
Okay, guys, can I have your attention now? Let's work on this sentence. It's the last thing we do today because we can kind of. I'll give Effie a problem as well, but let's work on this one together. So it's so dark in here that I cannot see. How can we expedient? How can we effectively make a sentence here? What would be at the moment? This works. What Joseph said, but in my opinion, it's kind of clunky and long.
Yeah.
There's a much more sophisticated way of expressing this. Costa, you.
this?
Good. Okay.
Could we also use no de somewhere?
Not there. Okay.
But I don't know.
This first part, this first subclause is saying basically, it's saying this. It's too dark to see. Would you agree?
Yes.
This is a really efficient way of saying what the English was. It's too dark to see. So how can we turn now? This is almost now translatable directly into Japanese.
So kurasugimasu
Kurasugimasu
kara
kara
miemasen.
miemasen. Okay, good. Can we be even? This is fine actually, because it says because it's too dark, I cannot see. Can we be even more direct than this?
Could you use the te form? Kurasugite
Perfect. There we go. Kurasugite miemasen. This is exactly it. 2 words. We've gone from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 down to 2. Kurasugite miemasen. Well, and then please turn on the light and it will become brighter.
You can use the same maybe with the brighter and the sa, the degree, or the sugimas then.
Not sugimas. It's not too bright.
But the denkyo should stay somewhere. I mean, you do ask somebody kudasai, to open.
Yeah. So Denkyo schedule is definitely going to be in there, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's gonna be the end, doesn't it?
Well, let's maybe.
Well, logically, it doesn't make sense to first make something brighter and then turn on the light, please.
I think you want to say
exactly.
when you turn on the light, it will become brighter.
Right. Okay. So I was going to suggest that we change this from please into when. Then you're you can infer this as a request. So.
Toki.
Well, this means this. If you say denkyo tsukeru toki, this means what? Yeah, it's kind of like when you do it, it will become brighter, but it's not actually saying.
Please.
Well, Effie, go ahead.
With tsukete kara, like to show that you have to turn on the light.
Do you remember the use of to as a conditional? What the 3 situations were for using to?
For machines and
natural consequences.
Right. Good. So we could use denki o tsukeru to. It will become brighter.
Akaraku.
Akaraku.
Akaraku ni narimasu.
Ni
Akaraku narimasu.
narimasu. Now we want to turn it into something that sounds like a possible request.
方がいいです。
This is now kind of making a statement saying it would be better if you turned on the light. How do you infer? One more time, Effie.
Something like Yoroshi desu ka?
No, that's asking permission. Let me just do something. Naru. This is going to be I'm not going to change this part of the sentence. But how do I now turn this into inferring a request. Or it-
Yoni.
No,
Garo.
no.
We did it.
That's
Ah, the undes. Yes.
Yeah.
There was a rule. The example with rule.
Yeah.
Yes.
Effie rebelt. So let's just look at the adjectives just a second. Okay. If this is too salty, please tell me, and I will remake it.
Is it salty like karai also? Shio karai.
So
Shio karai.
yokarai is good, and this is all. Do you remember what this is compacted into?
You mean that? What do you mean?
Shiokarai can be expressed a different way. It's a compacted version of shiokarai. Somebody remember it?
Chopai.
Shoppai, well done.
If this is too salty.
Shio karas.
Be quiet, Luke. Be quiet. It's Effie's problem.
So, I have to find the right conditional now, right? That's
Yeah.
why you.
Yeah. So, can I give you a little bit of guidance? This has got a request in the sentence, which kind of it may possibly stop you from using which conditional.
Ba.
Right, exactly. Ba is the one with all the regulations, isn't it? So it would be probably kind of good to maybe avoid ba at the moment.
So should it be like something like nara, or do we go again for like the to, like with the example of?
Can't use to for requests.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nara.
Oh, go for it.
So shop by. There's nara. I don't remember how we make it. So.
Okay. But this needs to be too salty, not just salty.
Shopai sugi. Shopai sugiru nara. Now again, it's like, yeah, we have the oshiete kudasai, but then also I will oshiete. Is it again like the one above? That we have to do to send two verbs to connect them?
Yeah, but you can't use to. What could you use to join two verbs together?
Tari?
Yeah, but not. That's an obscure way of doing it.
Yeah. No, that's
I mean, you're going to kick yourself when I tell you. You could just do something like kurete, and we got the teflon.
with the kureru. No, I won't kick myself. I wouldn't think of that. So shiete kurete, yeah.
Kurete. I will remake it for you.
It's like tsukuru, but we also, how did we say again
It was a compound verb, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can see a few people nodding. Maybe somebody can help.
Naosu?
Naosu, well done.
Naosu,
yes.
Yeah. So tsuku naoshimasu.
How do we join skuru and naosu?
Isn't it tsukuru? So tsukuri naoshimasu.
Perfect. Naoshimasu. But not just skuri naoshimasu, but I will remake it for you.
Tsukuri naoshite agemasu.
Very good.
My God.
Shopasugu nara oshiete kurete skuri naoshite agemasu. Yep, brilliant. We have now Actually, next week I'm probably not going to be able to do any lessons because I've got a load of work and I need to catch up on. I'm lagging behind. But after that, we've got a week of this kind of going back over everything we've done and revising everything. Yeah, because we can do lots of other kind of exercises like Japanese for busy people or listening to videos and stuff, but we've got to keep the grammar that we've learned. This is a really valuable thing, all the stuff you've learned. And not the fact that I've created it, it's the fact that you've remembered it. Your time is important. So let's not let it go to waste. Cool. Any questions, guys? Question is, what are you guys going to do next week when I'm not doing lessons to keep your Japanese up to scratch?
More meetings.
More meetings.
No, that's not.
Drink gin tonics.
Drink gin and tonics. Good, good. Anyway, with that, maybe any of you coming this evening? Not now, thanks. Not if we're doing this.
Eiko.
Okay, cool. Thanks for your time, guys.
Do you do ghost session though?
On Sunday? Yeah, I should probably do it. Sunday. I'm going to be able
let
to.
us know, I guess.
Yeah,
What
Sunday.
time is it?